Now, sad to say, we now live in a time when the exploitation of the history of black Americans in particular is rampant.
It took time to free the slaves.
What did it mean to be a slave? It meant that you actually had guaranteed shelter, yes, guaranteed clothing. Your master guaranteed your food, your clothing, your shelter, and a job. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? That's exactly what the Obama faction and the leftists and the socialists and the so-called liberals want to pretend is what all Americans should aspire to.
Just because we have an African-American president doesn't mean that he's not going to continue the Bush agenda.
He kept Bush's Secretary of Defense, Robert Gates. He sent 30,000 more Marines to Afghanistan, doubling the total number of forces in the crosshairs.
If they controlled it before, what makes you think they're not controlling it now? The country was on a verge of revolution. They threw a black man up. Now we like this.
Now all the elite had to do was to sell the public on accepting the final phase of their takeover. And it's Obama's job to sucker the public into standing down so the bankers' agenda can move forward unhindered. The only solution to restart the global economy would be to set up a planetary government ruled by a new Bank of the World. A Bank of the World owned and controlled by them.
They put a black face on the New World Order, and now we all happy. KRS ain't buying it.
A lot of times, we don't want to know the issue.
Right.
We don't want to know the issue. We feel, what do you call this thing where you get this false sense of gratification, but because a black man is in office, everything's going to be all right. No, everything's not going to be all right.
Yeah.
Until you look into the agenda on what the Democratic Party has been about, is about, and will be about, regardless if Barack Obama is the president or not, and that's real.
Bleeding only black blood dripping, we can change what your mouth say. I'm watching niggas work their lives out without pay. Whatever it takes to switch places with the busters on top. I'm busting shots, make the world stop. They don't give a fuck about us.